the armored wonder of the Cretaceous, Ankylosaurus. Around 66 million years ago, Earth looked very different from the world we know today. North America was once covered in lush forests, winding rivers, and vast coastal plains. The climate was warm and humid, and ferns, conifers, and flowering plants grew in thick green layers. Herds of plant-eating dinosaurs like Triceratops and Edmontosaurus grazed nearby, while predators like Tyrannosaurus rex prowled the shadows. In this ancient paradise of plants and giants, one extraordinary creature moved slowly beneath the trees. It was Ankylosaurus, one of the most heavily armored animals to ever live. Ankylosaurus wasn't the tallest or the fastest dinosaur. In fact, it looked a bit like a giant prehistoric tank. This dinosaur measured about 25 to 30 feet long from nose to tail and stood a few feet tall at the hips. It weighed between 5 to 8 tons, that's more than a full-grown elephant. What made Ankylosaurus so amazing was its natural armor. Its back and sides were covered in thick, bony plates called osteoderms, which were embedded in the skin like built-in shields. These plates came in different sizes and shapes, some flat like dinner plates, others shaped like knobs or spikes. Altogether, they made Ankylosaurus nearly impossible to bite through. Running along its neck, back, and even down to its tail, this armor worked like a suit of ancient chainmail. Its head was also protected with bony coverings, and even its eyelids may have been armored. But perhaps the most incredible feature of all was its tail. At the very end of the tail was a massive club, made of 2 large chunks of solid bone. This bony hammer could be swung side to side with great force. Scientists believe it was strong enough to break the bones of large predators, such as a Tyrannosaurus rex, if they got too close. Despite its fierce appearance, Ankylosaurus was not a predator. It was an herbivore, a plant-eater. It lived peacefully, spending much of its day walking slowly through forests and open plains, searching for low-growing plants. It had a wide, beak-shaped mouth, ideal for cropping soft vegetation like ferns, cycads, and angiosperms, early flowering plants. Its teeth were small and leaf-shaped, arranged in rows for grinding. Although Ankylosaurus couldn't chew the way mammals do, its large gut probably acted like a giant fermentation chamber, helping it digest tough plants over time, much like how cows and horses digest grass today. To support its heavy armor and powerful tail, Ankylosaurus had short, strong legs and wide, flat feet. Its low body gave it excellent balance, and its squat shape made it difficult for predators to flip over, an important trait, since its underbelly was the only place not covered in armor. Its slow movement might have made it seem vulnerable, but with its built-in defenses, Ankylosaurus had little to fear. Ankylosaurus lived in what is now western North America, with fossils found in places like Montana, Wyoming, and Alberta, Canada. During the late Cretaceous, this region was part of a continent called Laramidia, bordered by a shallow sea that split North America into 2 parts. The land was warm, wet, and full of life. Ankylosaurus shared its world with other herbivores like Triceratops and Edmontosaurus, as well as fearsome predators like Tyrannosaurus rex and Dakotaraptor. Scientists have learned about Ankylosaurus by studying fossil bones, fossilized skin impressions, and even the structure of its nasal passages. Inside its skull, researchers discovered that its nose was not straight, but instead twisted and coiled like a maze. This complex nasal structure may have helped Ankylosaurus cool the air it breathed, just like modern reindeer do, or it may have allowed the dinosaur to produce low, rumbling sounds to communicate with others, sounds that echoed softly through the forest. One of the most surprising things about Ankylosaurus is that its fossils are relatively rare. Compared to other famous dinosaurs, paleontologists have found only a few partial skeletons of Ankylosaurus. Much of what we know has been pieced together from close relatives in the Ankylosaur family, like Euoplocephalus and Pinacosaurus. By comparing the bones and armor of these related species, scientists have been able to reconstruct what Ankylosaurus probably looked like and how it lived. Even in a world full of claws, teeth, and towering predators, Ankylosaurus was built for survival. Its strategy was not to run or hide, but to stand firm, using its strength and armor to stay safe. This makes Ankylosaurus a fascinating example of how nature creates different solutions to the challenge of survival. Today, visitors can see Ankylosaurus fossils in museums, where its bones rest quietly in giant halls. Life-sized models show its thick legs, protective shell, and fearsome tail club. These reconstructions help children and adults alike imagine what it would have been like to see such a creature moving slowly through prehistoric undergrowth, leaves crunching under its feet, tail swaying behind like a living sledgehammer. Ankylosaurus may be long gone, but its story lives on. It reminds us that strength can come in many forms, not just in speed or size, but in patience, preparation, and powerful protection. In the grand history of life on Earth, Ankylosaurus stands as a true armored hero of the ancient world.